I was going to do this video tomorrow, but as they say, the best laid plans of men and mice. So I thought I'd squeeze it in today because tomorrow is not going to be possible. I want to talk a little bit about the relationship between the US dollar and the Colombian peso at the present time. My name is William Hutchison. I'm the owner of Armenia Colombia Realty for Expats and live in Armenia, Colombia. As the name suggests, our focus is expats, their financial protection, just a company that will help you adjust to the Spanish culture and the way of doing things here, using our experience that we have gained over the last almost 13 years in October. The peso and the dollar relationship has changed significantly over the last 6 weeks. At the end of April, the mid-market closing rate was just about 4,700 pesos to the US dollar, and yesterday it closed at just under 4,200. So a strengthening of about 10.5% in the peso. I want to bring that to your attention because all of my videos to this point have been Colombian pesos transferred to US dollars. I'm going to do one at the end of the month once I have all of my service bills for this month in. They should start probably tomorrow. And I will do a video at the end of the month bringing the current costs up to date. Obviously, my rent and my food have both increased that 10% that the peso has depreciated. I always felt it better to do the videos in US dollars. More people can relate to that currency than if I did it in pesos and told you that something was 10 million pesos, which sounds like a heck of a lot of money, but it's even at today's rate, it's only about $235. The reason for the strength in the peso is all in things that have happened in Colombia. There's some people ranting on YouTube and on other media channels and so on about the weakness in the US dollar, and that is very far from the truth. You cannot take one currency against another in isolation and say this is the reason that one weakens or the other strengthens. You have to relate it to other major currencies. And when you relate the US dollar to the major world currencies, even if we just use the G7, it's moved very little. In fact, in a couple of those currencies, it's gotten stronger. So it's not weakness in the US dollar, it's strength in the Colombian peso. I have tracked and recorded that relationship for at least 8 years, daily. I post both the US to COP, the Canadian to COP, and the US to Canadian. And I can tell you that when I came here in October of 2010, I was getting 1,400 pesos to the dollar, to the Canadian dollar. Right now, even at this depressed rate, I'm getting 3,100. I was getting almost 3,600. So this is temporary. My experts that work for the large American banks, the foreign exchange houses, are all calling for it to go back to 46 or 4,700, where it was the end of April. Granted, that's down from the 5,000 that they were predicting 2 or 2.5 months ago. But if the peso goes back to where it was 6 weeks ago, I think most people will be more than happy. They're also saying that it's hit the bottom, that it will depend very much on what happens in Colombia over the next period of time, be it a couple of weeks, a couple of months. There's elections coming up. The Congress is due to go into hiatus on June the 20th, which is only 4 days from now. So there's some things that no one can control, but those things are the things that are going to affect the peso. All I can say is don't get excited. Things have increased 10% because of that depreciation, getting less pesos for the dollar, but it appears to be in a bubble, and 800 a month US will still do it. If you go to maybe a 3-bedroom condo, I'm in a 4-bedroom, 3-bath townhouse, so I pay a little more rent. But you can easily do it, rent in a 3-bedroom, 2-bath, or 3-bedroom, 3-bath condo with food and with services for around $750 now, even though the dollar gets you a lot less pesos. I hope that clarifies some things. Look for the video at the end of the month. Once I have everything, I'm going to average the first 6 months. I did do a video on the costs here, but I had only three months of this year, and I used all of last. I think those are pretty much outdated now. So I'll bring you up to date on the 6 months using the exchange rate at the end of June, whatever it happens to be. My name is William Hutchison. I live in Armenia, Colombia. I own Armenia Colombia Realty for Expats. We'll be happy to take care of whatever real estate needs you need, be it rental or purchase. We're also offering a Get to Know Armenia package, 1, 2, 3 days, whatever your preference is. For those of you who don't know Armenia and are considering a retirement destination, and perhaps Armenia is not on your map, this is a wonderful place to live. I live in paradise. You can too.